episode 49, part 1 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters Podcast. We'd like to remind you to jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they are still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. And as we are all about supporting sports and sports travel, we've partnered with Moron Sports and Travel to give you this brilliant offer for the fast approaching Dubai Sevens on the 1st and 2nd of December. Guys, a few limited slots left, so get your calls in to get the full Dubai experience, which is your desert safari, your nighttime barbecue, and your Dow cruise. This and much more coming up on your screen. I'm Denima Dapil.
This is Ngaji, official noisemaker. Jerry Moose, Kenyana.
So our feature game for the for weekend 1 of Kenya Cup was Nondis versus Kenyatta University, and I mean the conditions on the pitch after that Team 2 game were just but Nondis ended up losing 8-0 to Kenyatta University. Well done to BlakBlad. How was that game for you?
Well, I think you're having the relegation battle on day 1. It was set up to be quite a thrilling game, considering, look at how 2016 BlakBlad took one at home, drew away at Nondis. That was 2015. 2016, Nondis came out on top, winning both ties. This time round, BlakBlad 8-0. It could have been 15.
It could have been if it wasn't for that knock-on.
It was a small
17 actually, because it was at the center post.
8 plus 7.
Oh, sorry, yes, sorry, I beg your pardon.
It was a bit boring considering how the weather conditions were. The pitch was slippery, not much of a running game. It was more of close contact game. BlakBlad took their chances, the little chances that they had, converted the first penalty, got the 3 points, and then the only try of the game coming from the winger. Nondis were very wasteful, I think. Look at the penalty that they had when once Field and Snake came in. I think it was a simple kick, just get it in, and then they were given a penalty inside BlakBlad's half towards the end. This was, I think, the last play. Could have asked the referee, can we just kick it and still go have the line out? These guys decided to run the ball and didn't translate to any points. Yes, they did come out strongly in the second half. They really asked a lot of questions from BlakBlad forwards especially, but the defense was really resolute. I must give BlakBlad props for that. So an entertaining game.
Although to be honest, in the first half, I don't think Nondis saw the ball much. Like it was just BlakBlad attacking, and I think Nondis got into the BlakBlad half maybe twice in that first half. So
and the second half was played in BlakBlad's half.
Yes.
Just a correction, by the way. I was standing right next to where the call was made in terms of the penalty, and Field and Snake actually asked the ref if he had time, and that's why he decided to run the ball, because they did not have time to kick out. But anyway, the wet conditions were always going to be a problem to get running rugby. BlakBlad adapted well to the wet conditions. Levi Amunga, his tactical awareness was on another level. The kicks he had, the tactical kicks he put in for Nondis really put Nondis on the back foot, or rather for BlakBlad put Nondis on the back foot. Nondis took very long to settle into the game. There were questionable calls. There were questionable selections. Peter Lugano at scrum half, really?
That's the question everyone was asking.
Everyone was asking. Yeah, Peter Lugano at scrum half was quite. It didn't make sense to very many people. Nondis did not convert their chances when they had the chances. There were a couple of line-out steals they had through Joseph Mukundi, but they were unable to capitalize on those line-out steals. On 2 occasions, they mauled the ball up to the red zone, but they were unable to leave that area without converting points. And it takes me back to an international game where the All Blacks spent all of 23 seconds in the opposing person's 22, the opposing team's 22, and won the game. They were able to convert their chances when they got into the 22. That's what Nondis were unable to do. The question then that comes out is their game plan might be wrong, and there are questions. I was asking myself whether the Nondis players have been in pre-season. Whether they've been training, because look, BlakBlad has been closed. As I was sitting down and talking to one of the BlakBlad fans after the game, and he was telling me most of their training has been personal, right? Because the schools have been closed because of the strikes and they've been unable to train. But you get the feeling that Nondis have not been training. And it's the same thing. I remember last year during the beginning of the Kenya Cup season, we interviewed the Australian legend David Campisi, and he said you can tell that Nondis are not as fit as Impala because they were playing Impala at that time. So then the question comes up again this year. There's something that needs to happen at Nondis in terms of technical. All in all, it was a good game. Passionate support for both the BlakBlad and
very passionate
and Nondis. Unfortunate for Moses Beggy making his debut for Nondis against his former team and losing.
They had raided them a lot.
And the funny thing, we were sat down with some guys there, and I remember telling them the good thing about watching rugby in Kenya is always the banter in the stands or the banter in the fans. And I remember at one point there's a fan who shouted, they were calling out Beggy's name in Swahili. And Beggy was not answering. He was like, "Kweli umeanza kuongea kizungu." Beggy, man. So the banter was great. Nondis also has passionate fans. So it was a good show. It was a good game. Kudos to BlakBlad.
Funny that you mentioned, yes, BlakBlad team, they were more prepared than Nondis. But I mentioned about the kicking. The kicking, I really don't think both teams had a good kicking game because these guys kept on kicking to where there's no space. They were not easily finding touch unless either the penalties, given a simple penalty, the balls were kicked all the way out. So I think that's something both teams need to work on. Maybe it's the weather.
I can't quite remember the name of the third BlakBlad player, but there was also Mark Ongayo who made his debut for Nondis.
Yes.
He had a pretty decent game.
Yes, he had a decent game. Moses Beggy not really, but he did have a decent game.
He did have a decent game. We had other games obviously on the weekend as well. Maybe take us through those.
Yeah, we had other games. Week 1 of Kenya Cup season 2017-2018. Yes, of course, BlakBlad beating Nondis 8-0. Then KCB thrashing Strathmore 27-0. Impala running through Mombasa 48-0. Impala RFC versus Mombasa, of course. Then Cabras staging a comeback against Momba. And the game ended 29-12 in favor of Cabras. Then Nakuru beating KC RFC 45-15. Then I think we'll be having Harlequins facing Homeboys sometime in the coming week.
It should be on Tuesday.
Yes, it's going to be on Tuesday at 11 a.m.
No, I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on Strathmore and KCB 27. No. Look for the pun. Look for it. Anyway, we've got this Saturday. We've got week 2 coming up.
Yes,
of the Kenya Cup.
That's true. We have week 2 coming up. The Kenya Cup. We have Kenya Harlequins hosting Nakuru. We have KC RFC hosting the defending champions KCB. We have might also be a relegation battle, Mombasa RFC versus BlakBlad, which is going to be in Mombasa. We have Cabras hosting Strathmore at the Kakamega Showground. We have Homeboys hosting Nondis at Nondis home at the Jamhuri Park, of course. And our feature game next week is going to be at the Railway Club, which is will have Mwamba taking on Resolution Impala Saracens.
That's definitely going to be a good game.
Yes.
I mean, I really want to see it. Mwamba started off well.
Yes.
With I think that was a decent score against Cabras.
Yes.
So I'd like to see before they get their injuries and
And the 7th.
I really want to see it.
She said it. We did.
Came from one level.
No, I mean, I think one problem with Mwamba is consistency, throughout the season. So I want to see how they'll play against Impala. What are your predictions for those ones?
Wow. Impala versus Mwamba feature game. I think I'll go with Impala. Just run it through.
Queens versus Nakuru.
Queens versus Nakuru. I think I'll go with Kenya Harlequins. I'll bet on my money will be on Kenya Harlequins.
KC versus KCB.
KC versus KCB, of course. The defending champions will run through these guys.
Mombasa versus BlakBlad.
The relegation match.
Yeah.
I think Blood might come out on top. I think they'll get some points away from home.
Then Cabras versus Strathmore.
Finalists. And they're playing at home.
Yeah.
The weather will always favor them. So
Homeboys versus Nondis.
Homeboys versus Nondis. That derby of sorts. Homeboys might come out on top, considering after what we've watched this week, Nondis versus Blood. Homeboys will go through Nondis.
Kenya Harlequins Nakuru, no doubt where my money is. Kenya Harlequins, KC versus KCB. Come on, KCB, I think have too much firepower. Mombasa RFC versus BlakBlad. I do agree with most BlakBlad actually going to register an away win, or I think they will. Cabras Sugar versus Strathmore. Cabras Sugar, I mean, they're at home, they're a strong outfit versus Strathmore. Homeboys versus Nondis. I think Homeboys are going to have the upper hand against Nondis. Mwamba versus Impala. This is going to be very tough. Boils down to the personnel that's chosen on the day. I don't know. I'll go with Mwamba actually, because they're at home, and I'm thinking about what they were able to do last season against even the big teams at home. So I'm actually going, and maybe Impala are not used to playing not on no grass.
The Impala.
Yes. So, but anyway, I do think my opinion is that Mwamba are going to beat Impala in our future game.
Only way
Actually,
to know is to go and watch the game.
Yeah, I think you may be right in that, because I don't think we've seen Mwamba preseason.
We've not.
We
So
haven't.
they might shock us.
Yeah.
They might shock me. Rather.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to watching that game. I
Yeah.
mean, those are two teams I definitely support.
Yeah.
So may the best team win.
May the best team win.
Yeah. Right, so that's all we have time for part 1. Remember, you guys, you can like our page on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Demi Duffield.
This is Nyashi, official noisemaker.
Jeringus, Kenyana.
See you in part 2.